Nothing on.
3 a.m., nothing on. Every channel spat static, a symphony of white noise.
Might as well give up.
He was about to embrace the insomnia when a channel flickered to life. It showed a single figure, shrouded in shadow. The figure sat at a desk, facing the camera. Its stillness was unnerving. Theo watched, transfixed. This wasn't a show he recognized. No logo, no intro, just the figure bathed in the eerie glow of the television. A low hum emanated from the TV, a discordant melody accompanying the unsettling silence of the figure. He should change the channel, should turn off the TV, sleep. But something held him captive.
Did it just move?
Theo leaned closer, squinting at the screen. He could have sworn the figure moved, just slightly, its head tilting to the side as if studying him. The hum intensified.
What the?
Theo's phone vibrated on the coffee table, the sudden noise jarring in the stillness. He glanced at it, a text from an unknown number.
Watching.
He looked back at the TV. The figure remained unchanged, yet a shiver ran down Theo's spine. Was it his imagination, or did the shadows around the figure seem to deepen? He tried to rationalize. A prank, a coincidence, but fear, insidious and cold, began to creep into his mind. The phone vibrated again, another text.
Don't turn away.
His finger hovered over the power button. He had to turn it off, but his gaze remained locked on the screen, on the figure that seemed to emanate an aura of quiet menace.
I need help.
He tried calling for help, but the line crackled with static. He tried his friend, his family, even 911. Every call met with the same unsettling static, the same disconnection. Panic swelled in his chest, choking him. He was alone, cut off from the outside world. The only connection, the figure on the screen watched him with an unnerving intensity. The figure on the screen spoke for the first time. Its voice, a low, rasping whisper, slithered from the TV, seeming to seep into Theo's very bones.
You feel it, don't you? The pull.
Theo scrambled back, heart hammering against his ribs. The voice, though quiet, resonated with an unnatural clarity, echoing in the silence of his apartment, in the very recesses of his mind. He stumbled, crashing into the wall. His eyes darted around the room, searching for an escape, for anything to break the hold the figure seemed to have on him.
There's no escaping the midnight show.
The figure chuckled, the sound distorted, inhuman.
The room felt colder, the air thick with a palpable dread. The television flickered, and for a fleeting moment, I saw a distorted image of my living room superimposed on the screen. My furniture was askew, shadows stretched at impossible angles, and in the reflection of my blank TV screen I saw a distorted figure standing behind me. Then, just as quickly, the image vanished.
We are connected now. You are part of the show.
Doubt twisted in my gut. This had to be a dream, a hallucination. I squeezed my eyes shut, willing myself to wake up. A cold hand clasped my shoulder. I flinched, spinning around to confront the touch. The figure stood before me, no longer confined to the television screen. Its form was indistinct, wreathed in shadows, but its eyes burned with an eerie, malevolent light. Terror, raw and primal, gripped me. I couldn't breathe, couldn't scream. I was paralyzed, trapped in a nightmare made real.
You can't hide.
The figure whispered, its voice a sibilant hiss that sent chills down my spine. The television behind the figure flickered, the static growing louder, more insistent. It was no longer white noise, but a chaotic symphony of whispers and screams, of distorted laughter and pleas for mercy. I tried to move, to run, but my limbs felt like lead. I was rooted to the spot, a puppet held captive by invisible strings. The air crackled with static electricity, the smell of ozone stinging my nostrils. I was being pulled towards the TV, towards the figure and the horrifying reality it promised. The static intensified, engulfing the room in a blinding white light. When the light subsided, his apartment was gone. A studio audience, their faces obscured by shadow, watched him with a mixture of fear and morbid fascination. A wave of despair washed over Theo. He was trapped, a player in a game he didn't understand, with rules he couldn't comprehend.
Welcome to the Midnight Show, Theo. The figure's voice boomed through the speakers, amplified, distorted, echoing in the vast emptiness of the studio.
He was a spectacle, a plaything for this creature and its audience of shadows.
Don't be shy, the figure coaxed, its tone dripping with false congeniality. Tell us about yourself. Tell us your fears, your secrets.
He knew there was nowhere to run. He was trapped, his fate hanging precariously in the balance. He might be trapped, but he refused to be this creature's puppet. He would not give it the satisfaction. "You want a show?" Theo asked, his voice surprisingly steady. "Then I'll give you a show." This wasn't part of the script. This glimmer of control, this unexpected resistance, gave Theo a surge of hope. Maybe, just maybe, he could turn the tables, find a way out of this nightmare. He had no plan, only a desperate hope that he could use this device, this symbol of the creature's power, against it. When the light returned, flickering back to life, both Theo and the figure were gone. The stage was empty, the microphone abandoned on the floor. The television in Theo's apartment flickered off. The only sound was the low hum of the refrigerator, a stark contrast to the cacophony that had filled the room moments before. Had he escaped? Was it truly over? Or was this just another layer of the game, another twist in the macabre narrative of the Midnight Show? The screen remained dark, offering no answers, only the chilling reflection of the viewer's own terror.